Tonight we hear from a local woman who contracted and suffered through COVID-19. For the first time, we hear from the Billings woman who says she struggled for days with the coronavirus and spent 2 weeks in the hospital fearing she would die. Well, the state today announces no new confirmed cases across Montana. But as Q2's Andrea Lutz reports, this survivor wants others to know how serious the symptoms can be.
Rachel is an essential worker at a local grocery store, so she didn't want her identity, her face, and her last name to be included in this story. But she tells me she spent the last 14 days in the hospital, fearful because many times she couldn't breathe.
First time in my life that I really felt that I could die.
Now back home after being released just yesterday, Rachel is resting comfortably. But her journey up until this point has been eye-opening.
People say, oh, it's the flu. It's just the flu. No, it's not the flu. If I can stress that 1,000,000 times, it is not the flu.
Rachel says her husband got sick first, but oddly enough, he tested negative for COVID-19.
24 hours later, I had the fever and a chills and a cough. But I still didn't think, since he was negative, I didn't think anything.
When she showed up to get tested, she was admitted right away. With oxygen pumping into her lungs, she says she struggled to breathe.
And they listened to me, and they said, we're admitting you. And they put me on 50 liters of oxygen immediately.
She spent time in the hospital sleeping mostly. Now looking back, her biggest question is how she even got the virus.
So I was working 1 4-hour day a week. So when I found out, I was like, how is this even possible? I didn't know where I got it because we didn't go anywhere.
And she has just one piece of advice for others.
It is very serious. And if I can get it, anybody can get it. Please be diligent. Please listen to the guidelines. That's what they're there for. They're a protection. And Rachel did want to pass along how grateful and thankful she is for the hospital staff and the care she received while she was in the hospital for those 2 weeks. She says the nurses and doctors were excellent. In Billings, Andrea Lutz, MTN News.
Thanks so much, Andrea.